Morning, everybody. It is now Christmas Eve. We spent this morning making fruit punch. It is Mexican?
Yeah.
I think. I don't know. Jacob's making it. And then at some point this morning, we are going to be opening our Christmas Eve books. So we are doing like a book exchange. So we'll be doing that in a minute. And here comes Logan. What? We're videoing. And then we are going to church. And then the Christmas Eve festivities begin. Hi everyone, it's been a few days since I've updated this vlog. It is currently Thursday. I think the last time that I vlogged was actually Sunday, which was Christmas Eve. You guys saw kind of everything that we did there. We did our like classic board night. We played some games. I think I vlogged some of that. It got a little crazy. And then Christmas, so then that night we had, my brothers came and slept over down in our area. We watched Anastasia because we couldn't find a Christmas movie that we wanted to watch. And then Christmas Day, we got up super early. My family has a tradition. We get up at like 3 a.m. and then open presents super early, which works great if you have in-laws, because then we open presents with my family super early. We go over to my in-laws, we open presents there with them at a more reasonable hour, still pretty early, and then we eat breakfast. So that was fun. I didn't really vlog anything on Christmas because I was just enjoying it. And maybe at some point I'll compile a little bit of a haul of stuff that I did get for Christmas. For sure, the books. It might be fun to show you guys the books. I got quite a few, and some of them I'm really excited about. So, and then the day after Christmas, me and Jacob both got sick. I got a stomach bug. So I was pretty out on Tuesday. Yesterday I wasn't feeling great. I pretty much laid in bed the rest of the day. I'm feeling better today. Not 100%. I definitely not 100% recovered from all of it. Part of that's probably just trying to get my like diet back on track, but Jacob has some other thing. We thought it was COVID. He tested. It's not. I don't know what it is now, but he's still pretty sick. So hopefully today, tomorrow, it's like already like 4, but I'm hoping today I can do a little bit, and then tomorrow I really need to bust a move on getting quite a bit of stuff done so that we're ready. Our house is kind of a disaster at the moment because between the sleepover that never got cleaned up because we were sick, to just the mess that happens when you're sick, to Christmas presents, there's just a lot of stuff that needs put away. So I need to get quite a bit done over the next couple days to hopefully get ready so I can go back to work next week. We were hoping on Saturday to go and drive up to Idaho Falls, which I'll explain more if we end up doing that, but I don't know if that'll happen. We'll see how Jacob's feeling. And then obviously Sunday is New Year's Eve, so that's kind of the plan. Hey guys, I am so tired today. It is now Friday. We took Jacob to the doctor. He's got strep, so that's fun. But I am trying to get some stuff done today because tomorrow we wanted to go up to Idaho Falls. Jacob got a job there, So we will be moving up there in May. So it's not for like a while, but we wanted to go check things out, kind of get the vibe of the different areas for when we start looking for an apartment. So it's about 2.5 hours away. So that'll be the majority of the day tomorrow. So I'd love to get some stuff done because then it'll be New Year's Eve. I really need to get working on that video now that I'm thinking about it. But really what I want to do is just kind of clean. I want a good, nice, clean space for when we get into the new year. So I have my fizz drink, classic Utah. I got the berry fuzzy peach. It's like Sprite with blackberry and peach puree. And every time I try to order this, which has been literally twice, I've only gotten this twice. I'm not the hugest soda person. But they never know what I'm talking about. It's like on their menu. I'm like, this is some crazy thing. But one of the things that I need to do is put Christmas presents away. So I thought I'd quickly show you some of the books that I got for Christmas because I'm super excited about them. So I've got a nice, lovely stack here. So let's walk through it. This first one is super random, but as an explanation, my grandma died a few months ago. And one of the things that she did is she would do like Usborne book stands at like fairs. And so she had a whole bunch of leftover inventory that she gave to my sister. And my sister decided to basically parcel them out because there was a lot of books. So she basically chose one for each grandchild and wrapped it up and then gave it to everybody as like one last Christmas present for my grandma. So the one that she got me, I'm actually super excited about, but it is the illustrated stories from the Greek myths. So it basically is like just several different myths with like lots of pictures, and it's this nice, I don't know, like padded hardcover. It's got a bookmark. It's perfect. Like it's meant for kids, right? These are all like kids books. But it's got the Trojan horse, the Minotaur, Bellerophon and Pegasus, the 12 tasks of Heracles, Perseus and the Gorgon, the Odyssey, and then more myths and a guide to the gods. So I think this would be super fun. I honestly don't know that much about Greek mythology, so this will be actually really interesting. I might actually read that, even though it's technically meant for kids. And then the next one is His Majesty's Dragon by Naomi Novik. She, I think, is better known for the Deadly Education series, but this one looks more interesting to me. My in-laws got it for me. Basically, it's Napoleon if he had dragons. And from what I've heard, it's a really interesting take on dragons because it's like lots of people, like the dragon is basically like a ship, like a warship, and so you have like all these people, like whole armies on a dragon instead of it being like one rider per dragon. So really interested. And the cool thing about this, you cannot tell with a single book, but the spines all line up of the books to make this picture of like a dragon. So, and it just has like the prettiest cover, and I think basically this picture is what is on like the spines. And then the next two I'm so excited about. Jacob got them for me. These, if you haven't watched my book videos, I'm trying to read a book from every country around the world. And one of the countries, I found a book that I wanted to read, but you pretty much can only get them in like the physical copies from Singapore. And so the shipping was crazy to get them to the US. And so I couldn't quite bring myself to the bullet, but Jacob got them for me for Christmas. So I'm so excited. They are the prettiest books. The first one is The Fisherman King. They are both by Katrina Modab. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but just look at how pretty this cover is. So that's one, and it like wraps around on the back. I think it's super pretty. And the other one is The Witch Doctor's Daughter, which is also just so pretty. Like these are just gorgeous books. So I'm so excited. I hope they are as good as the covers are, but they are like fantasy books, so I'm really pumped about these ones. They will definitely be getting read this next year. And they also came with bookmarks. The bookmarks are a little weird. This one's creepy, so I don't know about that one. But the other bookmark is this one, which is a little less creepy. It's like this girl sleeping with her cat. That's not focused at all, is it? Huh, well, it's like this girl in bed with her cat. But and then the next one I want this year, part of my goal is to start the Shadowhunters. Is that what the whole series is called? Shadowhunters universe. So I'm going to follow the Cassandra Clare reading order, I think. So I'm starting with City of Bones. So Jacob got me this one. And then the last one that he got me is the Master and Margarita. There is just something so intriguing to me about Russian classic literature. I read War and Peace, and it was actually pretty good, especially for how long it is. So I have Dr. Zhivago on my list that I would like to read really soon. I was hoping to get to it by the end of the year, but that is not gonna happen at this point. But hopefully early next year, maybe that'll be like the first thing I read next year. And then this will be on the list at some point. I think this is it the 50th anniversary cover? Oh yeah, it says right there, 50th anniversary cover. But they redesigned it and it's so cool. And then it like wraps around on the back. I don't know. I personally think it's just really cool. So I will be reading this one at some point. So that's my little book haul. I got awesome Christmas presents. Jacob loves to spoil me. My mother-in-law loves to spoil people with gifts. So I got a lot of really awesome stuff. Especially coming from a family that work gifts. So we're kind of like, I don't know. None of us, like, I'm a terrible gifter. I'm so bad at coming up with people, and I just don't think anybody, like, we just struggle. So it's interesting being married into a family where gifting is like their main thing. My whole family is kind of like, I will gift you a service. We're very service oriented people. So it's crazy. Jacob also got me a shoot, what's the brand? It starts with a G. Why can't I think of the name? Oh, a Garmin watch. So I didn't want an Apple Watch because I didn't really want like all of my phone notifications on my watch. I just wanted something primarily for sleep tracking. So I'm really interested to see this one. It also tracks all sorts of stuff like your oxygen level and steps and all sorts of things. So I'm trying it out. Today's the first full day I've actually worn it because I've been sick the last couple days. So it's interesting. Anyways, I brought my drink. I'm going to try and get myself up and motivated to go and do some cleaning. It's been like a week since I filmed anything for this video, so I thought I should probably hop on and finish it up because we are no longer on Christmas break. But some stuff has happened. I've cut my hair, so loving that. I guess new year, new haircut, but it was just getting long and I needed a haircut. I thought for a second before I ended off this video I'd talk a little bit about New Year's resolutions. I was originally going to do a like New Year reset, plan my goals with me kind of a video, but I just don't think that's the vibe right now for where I'm at. I have set a few resolutions, nothing like crazy. I think really I'm probably going to take it month by month. Looking forward this year, there's a lot of changes that are going to be happening, and some of them pretty big, and so I don't want to set a ton of goals for myself when I think I'm going to be reevaluating kind of what my life looks like a little bit in the next little bit. Me and Jacob are going to be moving to a new state, which means I'm going to be quitting my job and finding something new. So I don't know what that's going to look like yet. So I don't want to set too many goals because I just am not sure how everything's going to work out. But I thought I'd talk about a few things that I have set that are the goals that I have. I feel like last year I did really good on water, which has been a goal of mine for a long time. So that was one big thing that came out of last year. I don't feel like I need to put that on a goal anymore. My husband got me a new Stanley for Christmas this year. I've been using my Hydro Jug and I love my Hydro Jug, but it is just like plastic, so it's not necessarily insulated. And it was kind of, I've had it for like 3 years, so it was kind of starting to leak a little bit around the like seal. So I will still be keeping that and using that for like hiking and stuff, but that's my like nicer water bottle now. I think for January, I've got my laptop here to look at my spreadsheet, but I think for January my focus is just going to be movement and getting myself active again. I've had lots of sicknesses this last year, so I'm hoping I will be feeling a little bit better this year, but I think I'm going to focus on working out 3 to 4 times a week for January, which I've actually been doing pretty good the last like month or so with that. I haven't been doing anything crazy, mostly just like walking on the treadmill. It's really easy to get myself to just walk on the treadmill and watch a YouTube video, so I've just been doing that. I did buy a HIIT workout program, so I'll probably start interspersing some of that in there. And then I want to get back into doing yoga. I took a yoga collagen class and did really good with my yoga for a while, and then I kind of phased out. But I do feel like it makes my body feel a lot better. So I'm going to try and get into that just like 2 to 3 times, and I just do it at home by myself watching like videos. And then I'm trying to stay on top of my Duolingo. We are going to Paris at the end of February, beginning of March, and so I'd like to have at least a basic understanding of French. So for at least these next 2 months, that's on the list, to try and stay on top of my Duolingo so I can kind of get myself around France a little better. And then we've been challenged at church to read the Book of Mormon in 90 days, so basically by like Easter-ish. So I'm working on that. I've got a checklist from church. And then the other thing that I want to start that I actually haven't started yet because it just came in this package, so I figured I'd pull this out with you now. But this is one of Sadie Robertson's new books. It's called How to Put Love First. I've read a few of her books. One of them was a devotional, one of them was just like a book. This one is a 90-day devotional, all about like love and community and connecting with people. So I'm going to start this. I've also signed up. They have like a thing, if you sign in with a text, you can like she's doing devotionals. So I haven't watched any of them yet, but there are like devotionals that go along with each of them now that she's been putting out. So I will probably try and start doing this now. But yeah, so this will be interesting. This will be one more that I'm trying to do. And that's kind of it. I also am hoping to kind of get myself prepped and set up in February to start focusing a little bit more on food and eating healthier, but that's something that will probably come more in February. And then obviously I have all of my book goals. This isn't a book video, but I'll talk about them really quick. I'm setting my reading goal at 50 books again. Last year I ended up reading 80, but I feel like I have a few really big books that I want to read this year. So I'm gonna put it at 50 again. If I exceed it, great. If not, that's fine. One of the big books that I want to read is I want to reread War and Peace and fully annotate it. So that will take me a while. I also want to start the Stormlight Archive this year by Brandon Sanderson, and those are huge books as well. So those are 2 of my reading goals, and that's going to take a while. I also would like to get a few more nonfiction books in this year. I don't feel like I read a ton last year that was nonfiction, but I feel like I've kind of been in the mood lately for it, and I'd like to read more that are like science-based. So not just like memoirs, but like actual like researchers who have put their books or their work into books would be really interesting. And then I obviously have my TBR. I've got War of Peace, Way of Kings. I want to start the Shadowhunters universe this year, so I've got City of Bones. I think I'm going to start there. And then Children of Anguish and Anarchy, that's the final book in the Children of Orisha trilogy. That comes out in June. I'd love to start the These Violent Delights little world. I want to read a few more classics, so I've got Frankenstein, Dracula. I need to continue the Ender's Verse, so my next one is Children of the Mind. I want to read the Maze Runner trilogy, and then my other big reread that I want to do is the Search for Wendla series. So that's kind of my goals for this year, but I hope you enjoyed my Christmas break vlog and the craziness that was. It was kind of all over the place, but I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in my next video, which honestly I'm not sure what it will be. So see you then. Bye.